so this is what I got from Neiman Marcus today. This is Amouage Outlands. The fragrance that broke the internet, Amouage Outlands. Now, thanks to Flan, this bottle's been hard to get your hands on than a sober prom date. But shout out to Olfactory, one of my favorite online discounters. Had a solid price, got this in a couple days ago. There's a link in my bio if you want to check it out. The infamous Amouage Outlands. Now, for me, this is kind of like a one-eyed open blind buy. I have smelled this before a few months ago, and if I remember correctly, I liked it quite a bit. Now, some people had warned me that you may not like the opening. It can be a little harsh. Let it dry down. You'll probably like it, but I think I liked both the opening and the dry down. Now, I'll post the notes for this up here somewhere, but there's way too many of them for me to read through all of them. And to be honest with you, I'm just a content creator. I'm not a perfumer. I don't know what half of those are, or really what any of those are. And it should probably stand to mention that none of us fragrance influencers or content creators really know jack squat about notes. We're not perfumers. We're just enthusiasts. It's kind of like the difference between being a baseball card collector or playing baseball. The collector probably knows quite a bit about the game, but they can't hit a fastball. I tell you what, let's spray this thing, let's get a whiff. Solid atomizer, not pressurized. So the opening is a little bit harsh, a tiny bit abrasive. I can see how people kind of read it that way. But for me, man, I really like it. It's a little spicy, it's a little sweet, woody, and that's just really, really nice. There's something in there in the opening that reminds me a little bit of YSL's 37 Rue de Bella Chase or whatever it's called. And I think there's some LME in this, and there's also some LME in that YSL 37. Now, to be 100% honest with you, the DNA, the scent profile here, I don't think it's gonna be like the most original thing you've smelled. Now, don't take that in the wrong way. Not that this isn't original fragrance, not that this is trying to copy or borrow from anything else, but the DNA, the scent profile is somewhat familiar for me. In some ways, the woody notes kind of remind me a little bit of this. The saffron and the spices remind me a little bit of this one. And in some ways, it smells a little bit like a blend of YSL's 24 and 37. Now, that being said, I don't think any of those fragrances are borrowing or copying from either one. I just think it's a profile or a DNA that's already out there, but this thing just does it way better than everybody else. And to help you understand that point maybe a little bit better, think about it like this. Everybody's grandma can make chocolate chip cookies, right? And they're all pretty good. But there's a couple grandmas out there that've got a recipe that's just different. And that's what this is. There's some similarities with other fragrances, but this is different. It's elevated, it's better. It's on a different level. Now, of course, everybody wants to know about longevity and bee smoke qualities and things like that. So we're gonna put a little on skin. It smells even better on skin, to be honest with you. Gonna let it sit for a while. We'll come back, kind of check on it over the next few hours, see how it's doing. Now, I can tell you just based on kind of the scent profile of this fragrance, I think it's going to perform really, really well. I think it's going to project, and I think it's going to last for a very long time. Because fragrances that have this kind of spicy, sweet, woody type of base to them, they're not going to be the ones that go away real fast. So hold tight, we'll be back. All right, and we're back. One spray on the hand. We're a little over an hour in, and it is still going strong. Anytime I move my hand to do something that gets anywhere close to my nose, I can smell it plain as day. So projecting, performing very, very well at this point. We'll take another break, we'll come back again. Okay, we're now over 3 hours in, and it's still going strong. This is, God, I hate the term beast mode, but this thing's gonna perform very, very well. It's gonna project, it's gonna last, and I mean, this is just one spray. Now, based on the way this kind of is performed and projecting so far, you probably don't wanna overspray this one, like 3, 4, 5 maximum. This is a pretty strong, powerful scent. All right, well, let's close this thing out. Obviously, there has been just an ungodly amount of hype about this fragrance, but I'll be honest with you, I think it's for good reason. This smells absolutely amazing, and it's probably one of the better things I've ever smelled. If I had to give it a rating out of 10, I'd give it like a 9.5 or higher, because it's really just that good. Now, this is not blind buy safe. It's super expensive and it's a somewhat unique scent profile that's definitely not going to be for everybody. Like some heavier fragrances, some complex fragrances, woody, sweet, spicy, all that together, this is going to be something that's probably for you. And now that I've had it on for a while and I've let it dry down, this fragrance has really transformed from like a somewhat abrasive, spicy fragrance into an unbelievably smooth fragrance. It's now as smooth and as sweet as it was harsh and abrasive in the opening. Amouage Outlands. I hate to say it, Flan is absolutely right. This thing is, it's kind of like a masterpiece. I'll be honest with you. It's that good. It hands down is doc approved. Now, we've come to the point of the video where I like to say, you know, save money, smell better, but this thing's close to like $500 a bottle. So maybe it's going to get to some discounters. I was lucky to find it at Olfactory Factory, but not blind buy safe. Go get yourself a decant. Try it before you buy it for sure. But for those of you that want to try something a little different, a little new, a little complex, this thing is fantastic. I hate to say it. I prefer to be that guy that kind of shuts down the hype and smells it and be like, no, they're lying. They're full of it. But I can't on this one. It is that good. Is it worth $500? Probably not, but it's worth $200 to $300 easy. So, Amouage, great job on this. Flan, you're right, as usual. And until next time, keep smelling good. Harder to get your hands on than an angry wife. This thing's been harder to find than dolphin balls. This thing's harder to find than a rooster clit. Can you say that? This thing's been harder to find than a Rayhan that lasts more than 40 minutes. This thing's been harder to find than a Rasasi Hawass flanker that we actually wanted. This thing's been harder to find than a fragrance influencer that doesn't have a video telling you how they're actually the honest one.